We like each other. We like each other. It's always been part of what we do, and you know, there were some things last year that were different. So we've done what we should do, and we stand here together and we lead the way and show that it's a great game.
Have you been a bit too friendly to each other this week? No barbs across the boulevard?
Haven't spoken to Ken as yet. That was the first interaction we just had, so yeah. I'm not sure we're friendly, but...
No, we're here to win. We're both here to win, I'm sure of that.
So what do you like about your side that you've made all the changes? What is it that makes them look better to you?
Oh, well, better will be in the proof, I suppose, but we've... you know, we had a performance last week that was below the level that we expected of ourselves, and that's not taking anything away from the side we played. I think we played a really good side last week, but we didn't deliver at a level that we expected. So with a performance game that we play in, that's what happens.
The obvious one to ask about is Fantasia. Out because of lack of form, lack of confidence?
Yeah, he just hasn't quite been able to hit the scoreboard like we know he can and will. He's coming back from a long time out, so it's look, we'd like it to be a surprise, but we're probably not surprised that it's taken a little bit of time to get going.
Is he likely to be self-respected?
And we'll wait and see, but he's in the mix because there's 4 boys named on the bench.
Georgiadis, confidence-wise, where's he at?
Oh, look, clearly he's down a little bit on his confidence because his form would display that he's lacking a little bit of belief himself. Now, Mitch gets a number of opportunities, but the greatest thing for Mitch to do is go back and just play with some freedom and enjoy playing football and take some of the pressure that's being applied by himself as much as anyone, I think, and give him a chance to chill. We know how good he is. We know how exciting he's going to be for the future.
Is Finlayson's workloads, his form so far, convincing for you?
I wouldn't have used the word convincing, but we know how good he is, and we know what he provides us with. And you know, he had an unfortunate injury in the pre-season, and syndesmosis injury, which takes a little bit of time to get back. We know he's back moving well and moving really well, so we look forward to him now coming. And he does provide us with that other option in the ruck for us.
So how do two teams that had difficult weekends build confidence into a showdown, or does it just come naturally?
Showdown seemed to bring out the best, I think, in most, South Australians, and then the boys that I guess become SA South Australians after they've been here for long enough. They know what a showdown means. So that rivalry is what sort of lifts everyone for a showdown clash. And I think both teams coming off performances, we were as frustrated and disappointed as what I'm sure Ken and his crew were after last weekend. So you know, it's a long week when you come off a loss. The game can't get here quick enough. So Saturday night is going to be should be a ripper. I've got no doubt that mob will come out breathing fire, especially if he's got anything to do with it. But our guys love that, so we look forward to it.
Ken, you couldn't just rely on a showdown to correct whatever it was that led to that performance last week.
Yeah, we've got to be a little bit careful that over 2 weeks we had one really strong performance, one really poor performance, but I would say poor performance was forced on us by the opposition that we played. I think we played a red-hot team last week, and you know, they made us really pay. We certainly would expect to be better than we were last week, and we do look forward to the showdown, because the showdown, you know, I don't care what anyone says, if you can't get up and you can't get ready to play in a showdown, you're probably not, you're playing the wrong sport, because this is a competition that we all love to be a part of, and the rivalry between the two clubs is real, and our blokes, like Nicks, our blokes are waiting to go.
The verbal barbs that your boys threw at this mob last year, are they genuine? Or
yeah, there's a genuine rivalry. Let's not get confused with what gets mixed up sometimes. Sometimes the real part about what's true about this is there's a genuine sporting rivalry, and there's genuine hatred. I'm not frightened to use the word of hatred, because it's a sporting rivalry. This is not a personal thing in any way. I think everyone in this state loves the fact that both teams want to get each other and want to get them good, and I think that's true.
You called it poor power last year.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the hatred's mutual.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt about that. And it's not, I think Kenny nailed it. It's not a personal hatred. I mean, Tom Jonas and I would say solid mates, at least I thought we were. It's not personal. It's white line. We cross that. It's a battle. I think that's why people love it. That's why we pack the stadium out. That's why it's one of the highest rated games on the calendar. Because there is that, we watch Port play on weekends and we want them to lose. It is what it is. We don't like them.
Can any of you with the sense of responsibility your players carry with the jumper they wear tomorrow night, particularly when most of them didn't grow up seeing the jumper in their youth?
Yeah, it's just a great moment for us, to be honest. Our heritage is getting acknowledged, and that's what we're proud of. And there's been a lot of people work really hard to make sure we get this opportunity to play in our state against our rival, and wear the jumper that we as a football club connect to so greatly as a family, and that's true.
Is it a burden on them as well?
No way, no, it's an honour, absolute honour to wear this jumper.
It must be a hell of a week for Jordan Butts. How did he turn things around after getting dropped last week?
Oh, Butsy took it. Butsy did exactly what we were after. Sometimes you make decisions not purely around you need time back. It's about sometimes a jolt, sometimes it's just a response you're looking for, and we got that response. It's not always something you see on a footy field. He's a really important part of our journey and where we're heading. He's a rock solid key defender at his best. He's beaten some of the best forwards in the game. And he responded really well to the challenge we put to him, and he'll come back into the side this week.
What did he do?
From a response point of view, there's stuff that we'll hold behind closed doors, but it's not just what you're doing on the footy field. Obviously, the team that went out there last weekend in a practice match played some good footy. He was very much a part of that. But there's a lot more than that, a lot more behind the scenes.
So the 6'5", 6 giants down at forward end probably influenced the decision.
There's always decisions made around selection of who you're playing against as well, and part of that's what you've got to counter what the weapons are from the opposition, and they've got a number of weapons down there.
Ken, Jason Horne-Francis copped a pretty severe public review of his game against Collingwood, particularly when he didn't chase him on footage. How have you reviewed him? How have you handled it?
Like all our young players, we know it's an opportunity for him to get better and an opportunity to learn. I get a little bit fascinated by a 19-year-old getting the attention he's getting, but we understand somewhat why. But the reality is this kid's going to make some mistakes. He's not going to have a perfect football career from today forward. It'll be up and down. Ideally for us, it'll be more up than down.
Do you think he's going to be jeered everywhere he plays it?
Don't really care.
Other selection news from Fogarty, what's the latest thing?
Fog's going to be a couple of weeks. We tried what we could for this week. But we won't take any risks around Fog. Now, whether that's one or whether that's two, we're just going to have to wait and see how he pulls up over the coming days, and we'll just keep a close eye. But it won't be one we take a risk around. He's again really important to us.
And Lockie Gallant earned his opportunity with what he did last week.
Yeah, well, that's been probably our strength so far this year, has been that pressure from below. We saw Lockie Scholl come in, performed last week at AFL level. Murphy as well, and was able to do it. He came in with some really strong form. So Lockie Gallant sits in exactly the same spot. He's trained really well right throughout pre-season. He's been pushing. It was tough to get in. Obviously with Tex down there, Fogg, Himmelberg, those guys performing. So he gets his opportunity. I've got no doubt. He's played in a showdown before and performed reasonably well.
Yes.
Ken, have you questioned your free kick count? It's always loaded against you at the moment.
Yeah, no, we look.
Something you players don't understand.
No, we certainly look at them, and we can't be foolish enough to know, because a lot of the contested possession stuff that everyone talks around, which was a massive swing in our game last week, but our free kick counting both weeks was really poor. We certainly worked as hard as we possibly can on that. Some of that's understanding, some of that's interpretation, and some of that's execution. So there's not as simple as one thing, but we've certainly put our eye on it this week as best we can. That doesn't mean the free kick count will go our way.
Have you addressed it with the AFL, or is it pure?
No, we get constant feedback from the umpire. And I'm not a coach that looks for clarity every week, because I think what's gone's gone, and I've got to getting on with what's coming.
Nixie, the little exchange with Tex and Josh Rochelle during the week, is that the sort of robust thing that you actually like seeing as a coach?
100%. Yep. We'd much rather that than him not talking. Yeah, that's a real positive for us. It's a young player challenging them, talking to a senior player, and them having a great conversation.
Did you have to add to it, Nixie? Like Josh, did you have to sit him down?
Not at all.
How are you feeling, by the way? You crook?
A little bit under the weather, yeah. Greg Blewett's going to have a come in closer. Greg Blewett's going to have a field day this week. It took Wednesday actually. It took me Wednesday. The family were knocked out this week, but no, I've come good. We'll be ready to go. Not sure I have much impact on in between the white lines, but hopefully off the field.
Now, Saturday you promised you throw one for this showdown. Have you got one ready?
There's no need. There's no need. We've got plenty of time still to go, Rich.
Have you found it a bit sort of placid this week?
No, I haven't, because I know that the tension that goes into a showdown. You might find it maybe a little more placid, I don't know, but there's enough tension going on in my world and our club than I need to worry about, and I'd much rather it be a much smoother and quieter week. But the reality is it's not. It's a showdown. There's a lot. I was going to say something else. There's a lot riding on it.
Grand Robbie Gray's not out there, Nicks.
Yes, I am. Yep, I hope he enjoys watching it from the stands. And, look, from our point of view, it's another week. I know it's Showdown, and it's a fantastic day, right? It's fantastic for this state, for footy, but it's another game for us. We're trying to get better every week, and we have to get better every week. So we've prepared normally. We haven't done anything differently. We're ready to go. Just happens to be against this mob.
Can you just talk to us a bit about what the home advantage means in terms of your players and their mindset, Nixie, from the other side? Some of the guys that haven't played in Showdowns, their first one's going to be an away one, like Isaac, for example.
Yeah, there's no doubt your home showdown is really important, and for us, we've got a packed out stadium tomorrow night of Port people, and for those who can't, the members who can't actually get there, we'd love the Port members to hand their ticket over to another Port person so we can actually fill the place up, because it is an intimidating environment. It doesn't matter, when we play the reverse showdown and it's theirs, it feels the same for our players. So when it's your turn to own the stadium, you need to bloody own it, and we're going to try to own it with Port Adelaide people tomorrow night, and it's going to be a hostile environment for the Adelaide Crows.
How do your boys react to that? Some that haven't experienced it.
Yeah, it's part of the experience, isn't it? It's part of the journey they've got to go on. They've got to get ready to play in front of a parochial crowd, and they are a loud crowd. For those who don't want to go, feel free to give it to a Crows.
No, don't.
More than happy. Sure, there'll be 10 or 20,000 of our mob would rock up. No, it's great experience. Great experience for a group coming through. We've got enough players that have played in it that have shared that throughout the week, but you don't know until you actually walk out for that first bounce. What it's really going to be like. But
What do you learn about yourself as a player in these sorts of moments then, as a young guy like Isaac as well?
What's what we work on the entire time. He's been able to do it under pressure. A lot of players, when they first come into the league, they can get it done. They get drafted for a reason, but when the pressure comes on, and there's 50,000 screaming and you can't hear yourself think, that's the next challenge. That's when the best players step up.
Would you like to have played him?
Me? Oh, yeah. No, there's a dream for any footballer to get to play in the big games. This is as big a game as you get in AFL. Home and away season, this is as big a game as you get to play. And I've played in Victoria and I've played in some big games over there in my time, a long time ago. But this is as big a build-up of any home and away game in the competition, bar none. The showdowns are the highlight, in my view, of a lot of AFL seasons. We played these ridiculous games. One last year in round bloody 3 where the ball looks like it's moving out, moves in. I've seen a bounce go my way. It's just a game that you have to be involved with. And if I was a player, I'd love nothing more to be out there playing. Sorry. I love the game.
I'm with you. That was a Victorian speaking too.
Yeah.
That's the headline. They've just grabbed that headline.
Yeah, but
I'll stay out of that one.
as everyone tells me, the 10-year rule qualifies as a South Australian.
Okay, yeah.
And you said goodbye to Robbie Gray at the last showdown. Who now steps up and takes his mantle? Is that a big game plan for you?
Oh, well, there's an opportunity. That's all I would say. There's an opportunity for our boys for someone else to own that. I mean, Connor Rosie did the last time, so it's always an opportunity for an individual player. That's the medal's for an individual, but it's a recognition of the team, and the team that, in my view, the team that wins gets the medal, and a player within that team is a responsible part of 22 other players, including themselves.